Friends, last two videos onwards, we are discussing about some of the important social and religious promoters or leaders or reformers in India. So in that matters about only we are discussing in last two videos onwards, we are discussing about these are the matters. So now in this class also, once again we are discussing some other peoples who are yesterday class we are discussed that only with some other peoples also they came and what was the contribution they are given and what was the society they established it, or what was the methods they used to teach, or what was the reformation they done in our Indian society. So these are the matters we are discussing in this video. So in that first one here they given, that is the Ramakrishna Mission or Ramakrishna Matha. So this is one of the important institution or society. They also started by social reformation in India. And they given unique contribution in the field of religious sector, especially in Hindu religion, they given more importance. And not only they given more importance about religious, so here they given specially they given about spiritual growth and nationalistic growth, after the nationalistic awareness, after that cultural development. So in the 3 points about only they are given more importance. One is spiritual, about of religion. Second one nationalistic, means about of nation, and about our culture, our tradition. So in the 3 points about only they are more focused, and they started reformation. So in that purpose only, first time established by Sri Ramakrishna Mission in the place of here Belur near of Calcutta in the year of 1897, and afterwards Ramakrishna Matha was established in Mairavati near Almore of Uttaranchal. So here the first one they saying Swami Vivekananda founded by Ramakrishna Mission in the year at Beluru in the year of 1897 in Calcutta. Before that we can see the Ramakrishna Matha is established in the place of Uttarakhand. And when we are discussing about the Ramakrishna Mission, we want to know here one of the important person came. He only started first time about spiritual awareness in Ramakrishna Matha. So that is Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna only first time he focused about religious matters, and he only started by reformation. So here they are saying who is that, means Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is a guru or teacher of Swami Vivekananda. So influence of Ramakrishna teachings, Swami Vivekananda established by Ramakrishna missions. So that means now we want to know who is Ramakrishna, how he worked, why Swami Vivekananda influenced by Ramakrishna's teachings or the method of practice. So here they say Swami Vivekananda, the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a worshipper of Kali. He worked in a temple, here they saying in Calcutta in Kali Mandir. In Calcutta in Kali Mandirin, he is a worshipper, he is a priest. So after that next one here they say, and he always saying how we can attain a moksha. This is one of the important teaching by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So he is saying how we can attain or how we can get a moksha or heaven. So he is saying how we can get, means one is dhyana, second one is bhakti. If you adopted dhyana and bhakti, we can get moksha or we can attain moksha. That means we want to go a route of dhyana and bhakti. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa not only focused about attaining moksha for only dhyana and bhakti. No, we have some other route also. We have some other way. We can find out that one. So in that way also we can get a moksha. We can help for poor peoples. So these like of some good habits or good behaviors if you adopt it, we can attain moksha. So these like when they started by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa teachings, is the student Swami Vivekananda is influenced by the teachings of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and he started to follow. So when he started to follow, after that Swami Vivekananda established by Ramakrishna Mission. And now we want to know why Swami Vivekananda established by Ramakrishna Mission. So because of to spread a message of Ramakrishna. So in that purpose for only Swami Vivekananda established by Ramakrishna Mission. So now we want to know who is Swami Vivekananda, what was the lifestyle, what was the reformation he done. So here they saying Swami Vivekananda was born in Kasta family in Calcutta. He born in Kasta family in the place of Calcutta. Is the life here they saying 1863 to 1902. So this is the period of Swami Vivekananda. So after that we want to know when, after that here they say he got both education, Western and Eastern. So Western means we are knowing English education, Eastern means English education. So when he got about the Indian philosophy about the education, after that he decided that I want to spread what I got the knowledge, I want to spread all over India. So he traveled, so there are different places and started to preach about the Indian philosophy. So when he started to preach, so on that time he is saying there are so many problems facing in our Indian society, like a discrimination, illiteracy, or division, caste. So when these like of situations is going on, when he observed Swami Vivekananda these like of problems, after that he decided I want to eradicate these are the problems, I want to try. And one of the important opinion he is saying about is the stable government we can eradicate, or legally if you are implemented any rules and regulations we can stop these like of problems. And second one he is saying, and we are believing only the good education is Western education. No. Some of the people they are believing that one of the good education that is only English education. No. In India also, what are the philosophy you are getting in India? So these are the good education, or that also giving good knowledge for us. Should not believe only Western education is great. No. So that like not. So these like also they started by teach by Swami Vivekananda. So after that next one here they say, and people here Vivekananda saying if peoples they educated they can learn how we can reform the society. So that's why always he focused about to give education for peoples, common peoples. So if peoples they are getting the education, they only can eradicate the social problems. So first of all we want to provide education for peoples. So this is also one of the important points he is saying. So after that next one here they say, and one of the main duty of religious here they say provide a light to peoples. So that is the main intention of religious. But nowadays means on the days Swami Vivekananda is saying that like of works they are not doing by religious. Only they focused about casteism or high class or rich class. So these like only they focused more, but they saying religious, the main intention of religious to provide a light, how we can get heaven or moksha. So in that about only religious they want to do work. So these like also started teach by Swami Vivekananda. So after that next one here they saying, after that one of the important statement also they saying who is Mahatma and who is Duratma. So here saying Swami Vivekananda who is help to poor peoples, a poor person, so they are Mahatma. So who does not help or he did not give any facility or any help to poor, so they are Duratma. So these like he described who are Mahatma and who are Duratma. So after that he opposed by caste system, untouchability, and another one idea of supremacy based of caste system. So on that based they are saying only some of the caste are upper class, some of the caste lower. So this like of supremacy. So these are the problems opposed by Swami Vivekananda. But when this like of teaching started by Swami Vivekananda, that time it did not become that much of famous in Indian society or in world level. So after that he did one of the important achievement. So after that only he became Swami Vivekananda become a world famous. So till that much time no one also should not recognize who is Swami Vivekananda. There is one member also they don't know. After that he did one of the important achievement. After that all are that recognize about Swami Vivekananda. So that only now we want to know. So now we want to know when the Westerners they started to recognize about Hindu religion. So when Swami Vivekananda participated in the seminar or conference of Chicago, so this is one of the important incident. So after that only peoples they started to recognize is the one of the important religion or rich culture or rich tradition place, that is India. So that like Westerners, they started to identify. So here they saying, so Swami Vivekananda participated in Chicago City, a World Religious Congress in the year of 1893. So after that he participated in another meeting also in Congress of Religion held in Paris 1900. So in that both conference and also he started to preach about the rich culture or tradition about of Hindu religion or Hindu culture. So when he declared or when he said about of Hindu religion, so Westerners, they started to recognize, oh, is one of the important religion. So they also have good tradition or good practice. So that was one of the ancient religion. So that like they started to believe after the preaching of Swami Vivekananda. So when they started to preach, Swami Vivekananda also become famous because of till that much time the religion of Hindu only spread in only a national level of only enter of India. So in that time, in that period or in that boundary only we can see about the religion of India. So when Swami Vivekananda he started to preach, so about the Hindu religion, about the knowledge, get the Westerners also. So after that here another point also saying, so before he went for Chicago, he meet by Chamarajā Wadiyar 10. So when he meet by Chamarajā Wadiyar 10, he given some suggestion to Chamarajā Wadiyar 10, that is want to open a schools for untouchability. So when they given the recommendation or the suggestions, so on that basis Chamarajā Wadiyar 10th he started some of the schools for untouchabilities in Mysuru dynasty. And Swami Vivekananda written some of the books also. Here they saying Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So these are the important books written by Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda, how much of importance is given to social freedom, so that much of importance is given to freedom struggle for also. So these like Swami Vivekananda, he not only given importance about the social reformation or about the religious matters, no, he given importance about a national level of freedom struggle or nationalism. So in that purpose for also Swami Vivekananda given importance. So these are the important points about Swami Vivekananda. So after the Swami Vivekananda, we want to know another important society, that is Theosophical Society. So now in this Theosophical Society established by, there are two important persons. So one is here they saying by Madam Blavatsky, second one Colonel H.S. Olcott. So in that both also they started in the place of Adia near Chennai. So in that place they established by Theosophical Society in the year of 1866. So what was the main objectives of this one society, the Theosophical Society? So here they saying the main objectives of Theosophical Society, that is the comparative studies, means on that time, on that period, so which are the religious philosophy or religious books came. So in that about they wanted to analyze. And what was the main teachings of that particular religious or philosophy? So this one want to study and want to give awareness to people. And another one, each human beings also have their some of the strength they have. So what was the strength they have? How we can give equal rights to human beings. So in that purpose for also they started by Theosophical Society. And always they given so much of focus about universal brotherhood. We all are equal in world level. So in that matters for only this like of reformation to establish in world level. So in that purpose for only the two peoples, one is Madam Blavatsky and Colonel H.S. Olcott, they both also they established it by one of the new society in India, especially in Adia in the place of Chennai, that is Theosophical Society. And they given one of the new structure to Indian philosophy. So before that they studied about India, some of the religious books here, they saying scriptures like Vedas, Upanishad, Sankhya Yoga and Vedanta philosophy. So when they studied these are the philosophy, after that what are the problems are they to read or to about Indian philosophy or Indian history about of religious matters, they give us some of the structures, some of the solutions they are given in that particular about the studies or some of the doubts in about Indian philosophy or Indian scriptures. So when they give us some of the solutions about the studies of Indian philosophy, so Westerners this one attracted. there are so many people they interested to read Indian sculptures or Indian philosophy. So this is one of the important achievement done by this both. One is Madam Blavatsky, second one Colonel H.S. Olcott. So after that they are given this much of contribution, but after that one of the lady, she took the leadership. After that only the Theosophical Society become so much of famous in India. So who is that lady? What was the achievement she done? So that only now we want to know. So when Annie Besant she came to India, when she arrived to India, so after that only the Theosophical Society's main intention become developed. At the moment become very famous. So she came in the year of 1893. So in that year she came to India. So after that they are saying, so Annie Besant she born in the year of 1847 in London. After that she married one of the priest in, here they are saying Anglican Church of Priest, he married, but after that she given divorce. So after that here they say she actively participated or become member in Theosophical Society in the year of 1889. So after that when she became a member, after that she actively involved in the studies of Indian philosophy. But she are more talented in Western education, Western philosophy. So when she started about to read about Indian philosophy, she got some of the ideas. Afterwards, she also did some of the reformation in Indian philosophy. She also participated in some movements, and she also started some of the reformation about society and what are the problems are facing by Indian peoples. So in that about also she given so much of focus. So on that time only she studied about the philosophy of Hinduism and Buddhism. She started to analyze that one. After that she translated Bhagavad Gita. So when she translated Bhagavad Gita to English, so they given title for Annie Besant, that is here they given Shweta Saraswati. So now we want to know why Annie Besant for called as the Shweta Saraswati, because of she translated by Bhagavad Gita to English. So in that purpose. So after that one of the main intention of Annie Besant, that is we want to provide education for all the peoples. So in that purpose only she started by Central Hindu Banaras College in the year of 1898. So that only after that one become as a university. But the effort of, here they saying here one of the important Madan Mohan Malviya. So they are given some of the efforts. So on that based in 1916 in that college only become as a university. After that she implemented, there are two important magazines she published it. One is New India, second one is Commonwealth. So in that they focused so much of information about current problems. So what was the situation or problems facing by Indian society. So in that about only she given so much of focus in the two magazines, Commonwealth and New India. After that she started Home Rule movement in the year of 1916. This is one of the important movement. She took the leadership in southern part, especially in Madras region. So she also actively participated in freedom struggle. So after that next one point they say in early 19th century the Westerners they started to read about Indian philosophy. Why they started interest about to read Indian philosophy? Because of the work of Annie Besant. So when Annie Besant she given some of the solution to about the Indian philosophy. So after that the Westerners they started to read a Indian philosophy. So these like of contribution given by Annie Besant in the Society of Theosophical. First one, this society established by, there are two important person. First one Madam Blavatsky and second one Colonel H.S. Olcott. After that we had discussed Annie Besant she came, when she arrived, when took leadership. After that the Theosophical Society became very famous. She translated Bhagavad Gita, she implemented some of the books, some of the magazines, Commonwealth and New India, and she started Home Rule movement, and she established a college, Hindu Banaras College. So when this like of reformation done, some other peoples also they started interested about Hindu religion, especially Westerners. Till but that much time Westerners they believed that we only civilized, Indians are uncivilized. But when this like of reformation is going on in Indian society, the Westerners they started that this is one of the very rich culture. So we want to should read these are the culture. So that like they started to study about Indian philosophy. So these are the important contribution of Annie Besant or Theosophical Society. So now we want to know, now another important movement or social reformer came and he also given some of the contribution, that is Sri Narayana Guru. So Sri Narayana Guru established one of the new movement, that is Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yagam. So in that waste of institution, they started by some of the movements. So before that, we want to know who is Narayana Guru, why he started by this like of reformation. So here they say Sri Narayana Guru is started the movement in the year of 1903. He born in the family of Ilva. So why he started this like of Sri Narayana Guru Dharma Paripalana Yagam are movements? Because of on that time, who are the upper class people, they started to discriminate against of backward or lowest class of peoples. So want to eradicate these are the problems. In that purpose only Sri Narayana Guru started by movement. And another point also they say, so when they discussing about the caste system in Kerala, because of we born in the Kerala, so that's when Kerala about the caste system, there's so much of people they followed as a deeply. They involved actively in about the caste system. There are so many of basic human rights also they did not get by low class peoples. So that much of casteism we can see in the place of Kerala. So here they're saying that only one by one, what are the problems they're facing in that place in Kerala, lowest class peoples. So first one here they say, they prohibited, upper class peoples, they prohibited to allow walk in road by lower class peoples. And another one, take a water also. And another one here they say, and should not wear footwear, slippers. So this is also one of the important problems in Kerala. Upper class peoples, they given this like of rules and regulations for lower class peoples. And another one here they say, restrictions to wear a dress of women's. So these like of low level blind beliefs or practice done by upper class peoples in Kerala. So on that time, Sri Narayana Guru observed the problems in Kerala region. So he took the leadership and he established by one of the new society, that is Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yagam. So in that base he started by movement to eradicate these are the problems. So he gave one slogan also. What is that one slogan? Here is the one caste, one religion and one God. So these like of ideas given, so these like of statement in Narayana Guru is started by reformation. And next one they say, and another one, with the help of backward class communities, he started to enter a temples movement also. And not only these are the reformation, we can see some other important movements also he participated. One of the important here they say, he started by Vaikam movement. This is the temple entry movement in 1924. This is one of the important Vaikam movement, Vaikam temple entry movement. So this one also he took leadership and he started movement. So after Gandhiji and Periyar, here they say both also the architecture of self-respect movement. So in that self-respect movement means all are equal in our society. Self-respect movement, that only they say. Each individual also equal. There is no discrimination. So in that purpose, Gandhiji and Periyar, when they started by self-respect movement, so on that time, Sri Narayana Guru also actually participated in that movement. And another one here they say, one of the important achievement of Sri Narayana Guru, that is here they say, Guruvayur temple entry movement. Guruvayur temple entry movement. This is also one of the important movement done by Sri Narayana Guru. So these are the important points about Narayana Guru. So after the Narayana Guru, we want to know last one important reformer in India. So that is Periyar. So before the study of Periyar, we want to know why Periyar is started by movements in South India. So we want to know in this class, in this video, we are seeing, in that part about we are seeing, the Periyar is one of the important person. He came in South India and he started some of the reformation. Why they started the reformation? Because of on the time only Brahmins they get so much of facilities or some of the government post or officials in government office in on that time when the Periyar came on that time. So that's why the peoples they started agitation or movements about of Brahmins, because of only all the government facilities or powers only gained by only Brahmins. Non-Brahmins they did not get any facilities. And not only this one of the important incident also happened in the year of 1870. So that one here they say in 1870 one of the important census given by British government. So on that based the census, the population, when they comparing the population upper class and lower class, who are their majority population? Lower class. But who are they got most of the opportunity in government office? Upper class. When comparing the population, who is the more population? Lower class. So in that purpose, only one solution, English education. If we get the English education, we can eradicate these are the problems. So in that purpose only, non-Brahmins movements started in the place of South India. So in that, in one of the important party, are they saying Justice Party in 1916, they started these like of movements, non-Brahmin movements in the place of Tamil Nadu. So when they started this like of movements, so in that time one of the important person came, that is Periyar. So now we want to know who is Periyar, what was the reformation he done, that only now we want to know. So when Justice Party they started the movement, the new shape created in South Indian non-Brahmin movements. So in that time only, one of the important movement also they started by self-respect movement by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. So E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, they started by self-respect movement. So now we want to know Ramaswamy. Here they are saying Ramaswamy, he became a member in 1925 in Congress and he started by self-respect movement in the year of 1926. So people's, what was he given so much of contribution? So in that purpose only, they called as a Periyar. Periyar means senior citizen. So in that only they give a name as a Periyar. So when Periyar, sorry, here they saying that only Periyar was born in the place of Erode, is a very rich family, and he believed that the Congress they given interested about, and they given about only the encouraging about the Varna system. So in that purpose only, they started by one of the new movement about the Dravidas. Dravidas means South Indian peoples. So in that purpose they started by the movements. So on that time he rejected the racial supremacy. Till that much time, the peoples they believed that the South Indian peoples, sorry, North Indian peoples are great. South Indian peoples are not that much of highest class peoples. So that like they started to treat. So E.V. Ramaswamy or the Periyar, he opposed the racial supremacy and he rejected the god of Rama. He is saying that only Rama is only for Varna systems people, for only the god of Rama is, God is Rama. Same way in South India, our god is Ravana. Because of when he went to Banarasa, so on that time, there's some of the peoples here they say the bad experience, that only they say. So in that time, he got some of the bad experience. So on that purpose, he decided that Rama is God for North Indian peoples. So however, in South India, Dravidas for who is God means the cultural ideals is Ravana. We are believing God as a Ravana. So that like he started a movement. So after that here they say, and he criticized the casteism and gender based of discrimination, and one of the important movement also participated by Periyar. So here they are saying that only Vaikam movement in Kerala. So we are knowing this one already, we have discussed this one. Vaikam movement started by Sri Narayana Guru. So in that movement in also actively participated by Periyar. So after that years they say, so in 1939 Periyar he became president in Justice Party in 1939, and he started one of the new party, a new group, new association. That one here they given name as a Dravidan Kalagam. So after that he started one of the important periodical. That periodical name is Justice. So when this like of movement started by Periyar, he became in South India, especially in Tamil Nadu peoples, they started to believe the movement of Periyar, because of in that period the Aryas and Brahmins they believed that we only great, other all the caste are the lower class, and Tamil and Dravidas these also very lowest position or lowest class. That way only they started to believe. So we want to eradicate these are the problems. So in that purpose only Periyar they started by struggle. Because of equal rights we want to provide for Tamilians and the group of Dravidas. So when they started these like of movements or the social reformation, especially in here they saying the place of Tamil Nadu, they started ideological symbol of Tamil Nadu. They believed that Periyar is a ideological symbol of Tamil Nadu, is a leader in a region of Tamil Nadu. So that like they started to believe, and not only this one, still now peoples they believing the contribution of Periyar. So that's why any political party, if they emerged in Tamil Nadu, so they all are they including the word Dravidas, they in the beginning of word or in middle they using as a word of Dravida, because of they want to show the rich tradition, rich cultures of South Indias. So in that purpose they are adding in the political party scene one of the important word, that is Dravida. So after that, next one here they say, and when they started by non-Brahmin movements, so in that time they started by some of the people also given support. One is Ayanti Das, second one is T.M. Nair. So they also given some of the support. And what was the main goal of Ramaswamy or the Periyar? So here they say one of the main intention, no caste society, equal society we want to implement in our India. So in that purpose only Periyar or E.V. Ramaswamy, they started movement to establish equal society. There is no North India, there is no South India, that like we should not difference, or we should not say Aryans are great or South Indians are low, that like should not say. So in that purpose for only E.V. Ramaswamy or Periyar, they given so much of movements, or they started by so much of struggle or movements. So these are the important points about social reformers and movements, what are the movements done by Indians. So these are the important points. Next class we can discuss about next another important lesson.